Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Take it in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago. He talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
First down, here's White. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, if you're the team that has the ball, you're loving this series. No matter what you're dialing up, in the air, on the ground, you're getting big-time chunks of yardage. And right now, they've got that defense wobbling.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a 16-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and forever. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards on first down. It's White. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Back to throw. McCall. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted. Down and incomplete. And his kick here is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 3rd down, Daniels. Right side caught by Jackson. Still going. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Off play action. Daniels. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first down. Daniels. Looking left side, and it's complete. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 9-yard. Touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From the gun on third down. McCall. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Pretty good response. Giving up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. On first and 10, Daniels. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that, there he goes, right side. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. It's a big play there for Atlanta. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a throw here, hauled in. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Falcons. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. A beautiful fake. Past midfield. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, Ravens. It's been a back-and-forth game. A lot of points on the board. And that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
No problem there on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Taking it about the 1. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man,
touchdown Falcons! A great effort there. 33 yards as they have taken the lead. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws. They become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing to start the drive. McCall going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, McCall.
Good strong throw.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
That is caught at the 7. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Off the play fake, McCall. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. As his guys have now moved out in front. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. From the 6. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on first down, Daniels. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels, he's going to air one out. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what... John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Looking to throw on second down. Daniels. Washington's got it. Touchdown! A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons have broken our tie. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. Being chased out left. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants at the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. On 1st and 10, McCall. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving.
Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is up to 15 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Ravens cut into that lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. It's caught at the 1, and he will get into the end. To shave 2 more points off the deficit. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 71 yards. And the Falcons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Off play action. McCall. It's complete to Brown, right side. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Off the play fake. McCall. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Off play action. McCall. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to use his legs here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. They're quarterback doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drive spanned 5 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Daniels. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Touchdown! A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing to start the drive. McCall forced out to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this. So they called it a touchdown. Originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Atlanta regains possession of the football. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 58 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a carry for White. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons push further out in front. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Take it in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. On first down, McCall. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone. To give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Flushed out right. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line and work. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moves.
There he goes left side. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. McCall. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Looking to throw. McCall flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for two again. That's why teams are practicing multiple two-point plays.
We saw that Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big two-point conversions. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. They'll run on first down. It's White. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. On the give, it's White. Open space inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds... just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros. What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it. Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.